All right, let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jyautirayet Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, chapter 31, verse number 2. Okay, if anyone would like to read the verse, you could raise your hand, please. Oh, I have to see something. Krishna. Chitra Mohini Mataji, go ahead, please. Sevaya Bhagavad.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dikshita Brahma Satrena Sarva Bhutatma Medasa Pratichyam Dishi Melayam Siddho Abudratya Chajali. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Madhubhai Krishna Kanta Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dikshita Brahma Satrena Sarva Bhutatma Medhasa Pratichyam Dishi Velayam Siddho Bhudyatra Jajalihi. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Prafulla Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। दीक्षिता ब्रह्म सत्रेण सर्वभूतत्वमेधसा प्रतीच्यां दिशि वेलायां सिद्धे अभ्युत्यत्र जर्जिलिः।
Thank you, Mataji. Anjali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dikshita Brahma Satrena Sarvabhutatma Medasa Praticha Dishi Vedayam Siddho Buddhatra Jajali. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna. Anjali Mataji. Oh, Galaxy Mataji, Prabhuji, I don't know who that is. Galaxy tab 4.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dikshita Brahma Sadrena Sarvabhudatma Medasa Pradichyam Dishi Velaya Siddhi Abudatra Jajalihi. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dikshitaha, being determined. Brahma Shatrena, by understanding of the Supreme Spirit. Sarva, all. Bhuta, living entities. Atma Medhasa, considering like one's self. Pratichayam, in the western. Dishi, direction. Velayam, on the seashore. Siddha, perfect. Abhut, became. Yatra, where. Jajalihi, the great sage Jajali. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. The Prachetas went to the seashore in the west where the great liberated sage Jajali was residing. After perfecting the spiritual knowledge by which one becomes equal toward all living entities, the Prachetas became perfect in Krishna consciousness. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Brahma Shastra means cultivation of spiritual knowledge. The word Brahma Shastra means cultivation of spiritual knowledge. Actually, both the Vedas and severe austerity are known as Brahma. Vedas, Tvam, Tapo, Brahma. Brahma also means the absolute truth. One has to cultivate knowledge of the absolute truth by pursuing studies in the Vedas and undergoing severe austerities and penances. The Prachetas properly executed this function and consequently became equal to all other living entities. And Bhagavad Gita 18.4 confirms, Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim lavate param. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. When one actually becomes spiritually advanced, he does not see the difference between one living entity and another. This platform is attained by determination. When perfect knowledge is expanded, one ceases to see the outward covering of the living entity. He sees rather the spirit soul within the body. Thus, he does not make distinctions between a human being and an animal, a learned Brahma and a Chandal. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Kavihastini Sunicheva Supakave Cha Pandita Samadarshinaha. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahman, a cow, elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater outcast. Bhagavad Gita 5 chapter verse 18. A learned person sees everyone equally on a spiritual basis, and a learned person, a devotee, wants to see everyone developed in Krishna consciousness. The place where prachetas were residing was perfect for executing spiritual activities. For it is indicated that the great sage Jajali attained mukti, liberation there. One desiring perfection or liberation should associate with a person who is already liberated. This is called sadhu sangha, associating with a perfect devotee. Omagyantimirandasya Gyananjanjalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinbandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priyai. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा शिव सादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मां विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Just 1 second. Sorry. Reading from 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 31. 4th canto is called as Creation of the Fourth Order. What is chapter 31 called as now? We're on the last chapter of this particular canto.
Instructions of
Narada
Narada
instructs the
Prachetas.
Prachetas.
Narada instructs Prachetas. Very nice. Okay, I just want to go to previous verse translation one time. Great sage Maitreya continued. After that, the Prachetas lived at home for thousands of years and developed perfect knowledge and spiritual consciousness. At last, they remembered the blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, left home, putting their wife in charge of a perfect son. Okay. So what is happening here now? What has happened so far? I know you all did a very great revision with with Prem Prakash Haridas Prabhu. So tell me, what's happening? Last chapter we finished when the Prachetas got married to Marisha. When the deity of the tree handed over their foster daughter to him. And then what is happening in this chapter?
And they had a son called Daksha. Was the yeah. And then they lived in the family life for thousands of years, and then ultimately they remembered that the Lord had given them benediction that ultimately they would go to Godhead. So they left home to pursue their goal.
Nice. So, well, thank you, Mataji. Yes, I'm glad at least somebody's. So, and then they left home to go where? They went to the place where the great sage Jajali was residing, in the seashore, to the seashore in the west. And why did they go there? Prabhupada is explaining in the purport. So that association or sadhusanga will give them the perfection that they're looking for. Right? Birds of same feather flock together. Prabhupada uses this analogy, birds of same feather flock together, in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where when Duryodhan is mentioning the names of all the warriors on his side, Prabhupada in one of the purports uses this, birds of same feather flock together, because they all were assembled together with the same mindset. So if we assemble together with such devotees who have the mindset of going back to Krishna, then we will also become perfect. Okay, so our perfection lies in our association. What kind of association we are associating with. This is very interesting that it is very vital, it is very important to take this step consciously to become spiritually perfect and to undergo severe austerities and penances. And we studied that what does austerities and penances entail? What does it mean? Does anyone remember what we had discussed? What does it mean to do this austerities and penances? Like, why should I do it? Why Krishna didn't make it easy? Because if I'm going home should be easy, right? Going back to Godhead should be easy. Why austerities and penances? I remember discussing this in this particular assembly. What do you remember or recall? You can raise your hand and say.
Purify
Anjali
ourselves. To
Huh?
purify ourselves. To purify ourselves.
To purify yourself, okay? Or else? We had discussed about this importance of conducting austerities and penances. You know, like tomorrow, February 15, I don't know if in India too, is Advaita Acharya Prabhupada's appearance day. So we'll be fasting. Prem Prakash Haridas Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Krishna actually wants to know how sincere you are. You have to show your sincerity for him to come and show himself.
Okay, thank you. Sujata Subhash Mataji.
Yes, he wants to see how determined we are and how serious we are on our sincerity, as Prakash Prabhu said, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so and also we discussed that austerities and penance make us Krishna ready. Remember, I gave the analogy that if we are cleaning our closet for winter or summer, so that we can bring forth the season-specific clothing, so we make space, right? Like that, if I have to make space in my life for Krishna consciousness to enter, austerities and penances is like cleaning business. It actually makes us ready, Krishna ready. Okay, and then Krishna he sees the endeavor, he sees the determination, and then he gives his mercy. So, to attain Brahmabhuta stage is not a perfection in itself. Brahmabhuta Prasannatma. These are the symptoms of a person who has attained Brahmabhuta stage or is on a stage of equal knowledge, who can see the soul and not the body. That the body is there, but you can actually see the soul inside the body, which is more important and does not distinguish between different kinds of living entities. But that's not pure devotional service in itself. It says Samasadveshu Bhakteshu Mad Bhakti Labate Param. So you see, the last line is when one attains these three things, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma, na Sochati, na Kankshati, does not lament, does not hanker. Samasarveshu Bhuteshu, sees every living entity with the equal vision. Then Mad Bhakti Labate Param. Then in that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. So this is still not a pure devotional state. This makes one ready to become a pure devotee. Okay, so one still has to do. So to achieve Brahmabhuta stage, one needs to do austerities and penances. Everybody did. Do you know any devotee who didn't do any severe austerities and penances and became a pure devotee of Krishna? Do you know anybody from any sampradaya? Anybody who was just dreaming and woke up and became a guru of the world without any severe austerities and penances and continued to do abominable activities and became Krishna conscious? Anybody? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mata, Dharma Pranams.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Shall I read the sloka?
No, first you answer my question.
Oh, sorry, sir. Just now okay, just now I logged in.
Oh, you just logged in. Oh, we are far ahead. Thank you. Nobody. So everybody that we know, Srila Prabhupada, start with Prabhupada. If I have any problem in thinking about any question in Krishna consciousness or any concept I cannot understand, I always go to Prabhupada's life. Very important to know about Prabhupada. So look at Srila Prabhupada. Did he not do austerities and penances? Did he not do?
He did a lot of it.
Yes,
Extreme,
especially
extreme austerities and penances. Extreme. Nobody has done what Prabhupada has done. I don't even know if anyone will be able to do what he did at that level. We can try. Okay, then we talk about, you think of your favorite pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam, where a devotee is relishing their association with Krishna. Everybody, you know, Krishna's mother, Devaki, got a chance to give birth to Krishna, but she couldn't hold her child. Just imagine, like, for a mother, like, not being able to hold the child and give the child away. That's a lot of austerity and penance, just to give your child away at the time of birth. So So, and then the Pandavas, did they not do any austerities and penances? Did Krishna
Yeah,
come
they
easy?
did.
In fact,
No,
when they were in difficulty and they were remembering Krishna and continuing with their austerities and penances, then Krishna was with them. But when the life became comfortable, then Krishna was moving to Dwarka, and Queen Kunti prayed that, don't go, right? Give me more problems. But Vipadam, right? She was praying like
yeah.
that. We can think of more examples. Lad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, everybody have passed a litmus test in their life. Bharat Maharaj, which shows us, Dhruva Maharaj, which shows us that how vital it is to do the austerities and penances with keeping the goal in the heart. If I lose the goal and if I just become attached to austerities and penances, then that is not bhakti yoga. Prabhupada gives example of a person in India sitting in the center of a fire in hot summer, and they ignite the hot fire around them and they're just sitting in the middle. Just imagine they're doing some austerity, they're doing some penance, but are they becoming Krishna conscious? No. Or Bhagavad Gita chapter 17, I think, talks about fasting for political reasons. That's of austerity and penance, but that's not for Krishna consciousness. So what I'm trying to say is that if one is trying to do some austerity and penance, one needs to keep the goal in mind. And one needs to do that austerity and penance to achieve that goal. And the goal, if we are fully awake in your consciousness, the goal should not be less than attaining Krishna. It shouldn't be anything less, don't fall short. My Guru Maharaj asked this question last week in the class. I'm going to ask you this, which I found was very sweet. He said, and those of you who are initiated maybe can relate to it better, but everyone can relate. It's an open assembly. He said, let's say that there is a disciple, and the disciple is sincere, has taken shelter of the spiritual master, is initiated, but for some reason or other is not able to follow the instruction by the spiritual master. He asks us that, does it mean that the disciple still has love and affection for the spiritual master or no? Did you understand what he's saying? A person has taken initiation from a spiritual master, is sincere, but for some reason is not able to follow the instruction of the spiritual master. Does that person or disciple still has love for his spiritual master or no? Yes. Prem Prakash, that's from.
No, Mataji. If you love someone, you blindly follow him or her. If you are loving your spiritual master, you will strictly follow all that he says, in spite of whatever the reasons that come along.
Okay, thank you. Anjali Mataji.
No, for some reason, if I have to divert, then it may not be that I don't love that person. For that moment, it can be the graph can change, but it may not be the permanent.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
I may go back. I may go back.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, that person will have love for spiritual master. Let's say if there is some physical condition is not good, and due to that, if he is not able to follow the rules and regulations, then it doesn't mean that he doesn't have the love for spiritual master, right?
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Shubham Patil Prabhuji. So, yes, my Guru Maharaj said that, yes, it doesn't mean that the person doesn't have a love for spiritual master. Still has love. So, okay, so we see in the life of Prabhupada, when Prabhupada says that in his dream, his Guru Maharaj was coming and telling him to leave the family. He says he was not ready. He thought that, oh, I have to leave my family. I have to leave my family. And then finally, Krishna dismantled everything. The factory got burned. But that doesn't mean that Srila Prabhupada didn't love his spiritual master. That time, it took him some time to follow. Prabhupada met his spiritual master in 1922. What year did Srila Prabhupada took formal initiation from Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada? In 1922, he met
1936.
26.
26, 30, Mataji, what did you say, 30?
36.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other number?
33,
Prabhupada.
Mataji. 33.
Huh? Yes.
33.
Prabhupada took initiation 1933. First initiation 1933. Okay. So 11 years, you know. So it's not that Prabhupada didn't appreciate Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada at the first meeting itself. He appreciated. Actually, if you look at Prabhupada's mention of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada in his life, he mentions mostly about the first meeting. Now, I met him. He told me like this. And he also mentions the last meeting a lot in Radhakund when Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada told him to print books. Right? So he mentions a lot about first meeting and last meeting. So it does not mean that the person doesn't have love for spiritual master, but it just means that at that particular moment, there's some weakness, but the love is still there. Okay, so I will discuss that austerity and penance have their life. Brahmabhuta stage is not pure devotional service. It is a stage which makes one eligible to attain spiritual devotional service. And austerity and penances, like prachetas are doing, are going to make one eligible for that stage, because we will achieve the Brahmabhuta stage. And then when we are able to do pure devotional service. So today in the class, Guru Maharaj was asked this question. That means that we are not doing devotional service. We are not doing pure devotional service. The answer is yes, we are not doing pure devotional service. So what should we do? Should I get discouraged? The answer is no, because to get to the pure devotional service, we have to do what we are doing right now. Keep doing, chanting, associating with devotees, eating prasadam, like that. Then Prabhupada is explaining the symptoms of a Brahmabhuta stage person. And then he's emphasizing and finishing the verse with saying that sadhu sangha is very important. So prachetas just didn't get up because they got retired, and then now we are going to have some vacation time. Nowadays when people get retired, what do? What is the basic aim? Okay, I'm looking forward for my retirement. What do they do?
They just want to visit many places and just relax, watch a lot of TV, read books.
All right,
like
thank
that.
you.
That is their plan.
They plan for retirement life.
Prakash Prabhu?
They will plan for their retirement life, and what all they have not done in that they wanted to like somebody likes to have this that finance something. He likes music. That also they will learn spectrally.
There's no harm in doing, but
Harm with
then
that.
is the goal spiritual? You see, so that means that whole life we were misdirected. So it was a far-fetched goal which was told to us that you take to Krishna consciousness or spirituality in your older age. But we see around us that how many of the people who achieve the old age or retired age are actually doing what they were told. Yeah, understanding it's a big facade then. It's a big facade being told, and we actually buy into it. I don't know why, because you become observant, look around you. People who told you that you take to Krishna consciousness when you're older, and when they are old, are they doing it? No. Then if you cannot walk your talk, then that's a facade. It's cheating. And why do we get cheated, or why do we meet people who cheat us? Because we like to be cheated. It's not about them, it's about us. Because I like to be cheated. So Krishna sends people who can cheat and who can reinforce the fact that yes, I can delay my spiritual journey. Yes, I can still delay, keep on delaying. Okay, so that's not going to help anybody. Okay, so understand the importance of austerity and penances. Once again, understand what is Brahmabhuta stage. Understand what are the symptoms of a person who's situated in a Brahmabhuta stage. Understand that Brahmabhuta stage is a step which makes one eligible to attain pure devotional service. And understand that what made Prachetas chose the west of seashore where Jajali Muni had attained liberation. Because this is the line, one desiring perfection or liberation should associate with persons who are already liberated. So, okay, already, that's why sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoye, lava matra sadhu sangha. I think again, sarva siddhi anyway, it means lava matra.
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra kya hai? And Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoy.
Siddhi hoy. Thank you. So lava matra. So what is lava? Lava is a fraction of a time. It's explained in third canto Srimad Bhagavatam, different divisions of the time. You know how we have in English language second, millisecond, minute, hour, like that. In Sanskrit language, there are divisions of time, and lava is a very small fraction of a second. There is a number given in third canto in the chapter of the explanation of the time. Even it's saying that even if one associates with a pure devotee for that much fraction of a time, one's life is perfect. But association does not mean saying hi and hello. Association means like really seeking and inquiring about the essence of one's existence in the material world. Okay. Any questions, reflections, really?